What's up, you guys? This is Sheila Bila, and I'm coming to you with a review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 4, episode 3. It's called Read It and Weep. The show starts off with Marcel and Maurice. They're at Black, and they're having a conversation about the whole picture gate. To sum this up, it just goes like this. Maurice tells Marcel, you shouldn't have posted the picture, or you could have gave me a heads up. Marcel's whole thing is you shouldn't have lied. If you wouldn't have lied, I wouldn't have put out the picture. Just tell the truth. It would have never happened. Maurice says, I think you owe me an apology. He says, no. If I owe anybody an apology, it's Kimmy. All right. He wants to make sure that he and Kimmy are good. And so Marcel was like, as long as we're good, then I'm okay. Because, bruh, you should never even lied. And he said, well, I did tell the people, I did say that I was there. And Marcel was like, well, nobody heard it. So Maurice asked about Letitia. He said, so is Letitia good? So I'm like, yeah, she's good. She's good. And then Maurice is like, well, Letitia is good until she's not good anymore. And that's how that all happened. He's not giving an apology because he feels like he wasn't wrong. And it is what it is. You should never said that you wasn't there. So now you're there. All right. Now you have Martell, he comes into Black. They're all sitting down, they're talking, and they brought up the whole picture thing again. And he's just like, well, Martell is like, well, I was backing you up, Maurice. You said you weren't there, so I was just trying to be on your side. I was trying to be on your team. But Marcel was like, well, he should have told us that he was going to lie. Then I could have backed him up. So therefore, I wasn't backing him up. And the whole thing with that was just that whole back and forth. And then you have Martell, he brings up Lewis. And so Marcel was like, why are you bringing up Lewis? Because Lewis, Marcel's whole thing is this. Everybody wants to talk about my marriage. Everybody wants to tell me what I'm doing wrong in my marriage. Everybody wants to say I'm cheating. Everybody wants to say I have outside kids. Everybody wants to put all this stuff on my marriage. And then you have this person that I don't know, I just met, and he's like coming at me, giving me marriage advice. I don't need any marriage advice from him. I don't need him to come and tell me what I should and should not do in my marriage. I don't even know you like that. And until I ask for advice, then you give me advice. But if I don't ask, I don't need your unsolicited advice. And Martell feels as though they ambushed him. But they did not ambush him, because when they first came on the show, they were the ones doing the ambushes, especially that wife, Tiffany. Now, Lewis got caught in the crossfire, but that Tiffany, she was coming in, putting everybody's business out, telling everybody what they doing, what their kids doing, what their mama doing, what their daddy doing, and nobody needed that. And she didn't care that she did it. So now it's like you want them, Marcel and Letitia, to show Lewis and Tiffany grace. They're not trying to show grace because they didn't show grace when they first started. And that was the whole thing. And Martell gets in his confession, I believe that was Martell. He said, well, yeah, Marcel does give apologies, but only when the apology is necessary. And in this case, Marcel feels that the apology isn't necessary. All right. So now you have Lewis and you have Tiffany. They're at home. He was messing with some wires. Y'all see that dog back there? That dog is as bored at this conversation as we are. So here we are. They're sitting down, they're talking, and they bring up the whole pajama party and how Stormy, how Tiffany and Kimmy came to a resolve. They thought they had a resolve. And then Stormy came over there and she blew it up again. So she made it something bigger than what it was. So now she don't even really know if Kimmy and her are still in that good place, because Stormy came in like a wrecking ball and she wrecked the ball. All right. And so then you have Lewis, he talks about Martell when he came over to the compound, where they do the whole batting cage and stuff at. And he was talking to him, and Lewis is really rowdy. Lewis is like, I'm still a head buster. Did he say head buster? He is still break. I don't know the terminology he used, but still he'll fight, because he feels that Marcel came at him aggressively and he had no reason to. And I'm sick and tired of saying the same thing. Lewis, if you would have not came at this man like you knew this man and his marriage inside and out, then you would have never got the response that you got. But Tiffany says that she's knew Marceau since Monaco. I don't really know what Monaco is. I don't know if that was an old job that they worked at. But Louis is like, exactly. But in my head, Tiffany said she knew them, right? And I thought that you and Tiffany only been married for like a year or two. So it is possible that she could know Martell longer than you knew Martell, Louis. So I don't know. I just thought that was weird. And Tiffany is like, well, I think that we should talk to them. I think that we should have a dinner. And he's like, well, if he gonna come to me on some rah-rah stuff, then I don't want to have no dinner. We can sit, we can talk, we can do all of this stuff, but it is what it is at this point. So Louis got something to prove. Louis want people to look at his shoulders because they high in the air, and that is what it is. He got air in his chest, and he about to let it go. Big bad wolf, and that dog still over there laying like he ready to go out for a walk. But anyway, that was that. So now you have Melody, and you have her oldest daughter. I think her name, it's Malia, and so yeah, Melanie, Malia, Milani. Yeah, I think it's Malia. Okay, but that's her mini-me. So they're doing, I guess Melanie is she's trying to get into acting. And I think she was trying to get her daughter into acting. I really kind of couldn't understand the whole dynamic between the two, but I know that Melody is trying to get into acting. And she wanted Leah to get behind the camera to push stop and start and read the lines with her. So she goes over there, she reads her lines, and Malia does her job well. She could read really, really well. I think that was kind of funny because she said, but can she read? Can she read real good? But when it was time for her to read the book with Martell, she wasn't nowhere to be found. But anyway, we'll get to that part. So they're going over the lines, and then Malia and Mel, they have a heart-to-heart, and they're sitting there and they're talking about what does she want to do. She wants to encourage her daughter. She wants to push her forward. She wants to invest in her daughter. And then the baby is like, well, I want to be the next Serena Williams. Can you play tennis? Because if she can play tennis, then they should have been putting her out there like, she's really good at tennis. She could get some scouts, some agents or something. That's what we should have been doing instead of showing this whole divorce stuff, because if she's really good, she want to be next Serena. Child, then we need to be seeing that ball go back and forth across that court. And is it me, or I know a lot of people likes Melody. I know they do. I mean, Melody is cool for what it is. But the thing about it is, she always talk as if she's giving a speech. It's always like, she always talk as if this is an infomercial. Like, what do you want to do? Whatever you want to do, you can do it. I'm going to push you forward. I'm going to give you the tools that you need because you can be anybody you want to be. I'm going to show my children that they don't have to be like me. They don't have to go without as I was growing up. All this, I don't know. And I know maybe, I don't know. I guess it could be, people can say that it's genuine, but to me, it kind of comes off as an infomercial. Like, how like when you're at your house, because I know I talk to myself in my house a lot, and I give myself these prep speeches, and it's almost like the first person that can hear that you talk to, you give them that same speech that you gave yourself. I don't know, but it's good. It's encouraging. You do want your kids to be better than you. You do want to invest in your kids, and you do want your kids to succeed and thrive and all these things. But but that was a cute scene. They read lines. She could read, and that's what it was. So that was it. So now you have Martell here. Martell goes to his mama's house, and he has this new wine. And y'all, I posted some videos of him and Ariane. Looks like they was on a date night, and she was drinking his wine, and I think it's called Aries or Irish or something like that. I know it's named after the grandmother. So y'all check them out, because she was really talking, and Martell was really coercing her on what to say. And, if she wasn't saying it right, he was getting her attitude. But anyway, so the mama is there, and she is just so happy. She tasting this wine. Well, it wasn't no tasting. She was drinking it, honey. And he was just like, Mama, what'd you think about the wine? She was like, oh, it's real good. It's sweet, and I like it. And Martell, he says he doesn't drink. He says, well, when him and Mel, they were married, they would go out to this restaurant, they would drink this certain type of wine, and he thought the wine was really, really good. And so when he tried to go out and look for it, he could never find it. So he decided to make his own wine. And I'm actually kind of glad that Martell is doing his own thing, because even though he does bring up Melody a lot, his total focus is still trying to do him. Like, he has the calendar, he has the wine, he has the book. And I'm just kind of happy that he's focusing his attention on other things, because he said that he was really, really down last year. You could kind of see it too. The boy had the struggle face on. He had the struggle face, the struggle weight, the struggle everything. So he's trying to get it back together. And I do like the mother and son dynamic, because I have a son, and contrary to y'all believe, I'm with my son. I tell my son when he wrong, but I'm going to back my son. I'm going to back him, period. But I'm going to tell him when he wrong, but I'm going to still back him, because that's my son, because I love him. So anyway, but she's happy for him, and she's in her confessional. She's like, I'm so glad that, my son, he likes to help people. But when she said that, I said, well, I mean, your mama not here no more. So I guess the helping is him naming a wine after her. Is that the help? I don't know. But anyway, she drinking the wine. She can't tell the difference between wine A and wine B. And she over there getting drunk. She just real happy that he moving on with his life. And she funny. She had me laughing through this whole scene. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, and he also mentioned the fact that, he got the children's book. It's called, I think, like Plane Ride to Canada. And he said that he told Mel a long, 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 long time ago's days about this book, and he hopes that she brings the kids, and because the kids are authors in the book, they helped him write that book. So she hoped they bring them, and he hoped they bring them, and we'll see later on. All right, so then you have Marcel and Letitia. They're having family night. They're making s'mores. They're sitting around, they're talking about that they want to go Tisha brings up the fact that, okay, we're planning a family trip. Where do we want to go? To a different continent or whatever. The little boy, Marcel Jr., he's like, he wants to go to Africa. Chad, you should have went with your daddy, because he left y'all. He already went. They gonna try to say, well, yeah, I tried to scour the land first before I brought y'all to make sure that it was good. But then you're gonna try to crack a joke on Tisha when she sit up there and say, so where is the Sahara, or wherever they said they was gonna go, was it safe for kids? And he gonna try to be funny. Well, they got kids in Africa. That ain't the point. And I hate that he made her kind of look like that or feel like that, like she know what she was talking about. Because as a parent, you want to make sure any place you go is safe for your kids, especially when you got kids. Every place in America got kids, but is it safe? Like, you can say they having a war right now in Iraq, but is kids there? Is it safe for kids? You know what I'm saying? And Africa is a cool place. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They have cars. They have streets. You know what I'm saying? But you do have certain parts of Africa that are not as developed as others. But for the most part, Africa is booming. Like, Africa, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? People are really making headways. It ain't like no provish type of continent where everybody's trying to make it. Number one, Africa is the richest continent on earth. They have all the gold, all the diamonds. They have everything there. So the place ain't poor by far. It's just that the colonizers got over there and they didn't profited off of it to where they making the people poor. The land is rich, but the people are poor. But you have some people that are there that are very rich and thriving so much. Africa, they speak so many languages. There are so many different cultures, so many different tribes and everything. So Africa is really, really rich. Don't get it twisted. But there are parts of Africa, just like there are parts in the United States, that are not safe for kids. And if you went over there and vetted where you were, then take them where you were. Anyway, I done got off on a whole tangent because that kind of made me feel a type of way. Because I would want to know too. She ain't never been to Africa. The only thing she sees is what she see on TV. You know what I'm saying? So come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do like that. She don't know. And if you don't know, you don't grow. So she going over there so she can grow. And then she can say, well, it's safe. Or whatever. But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, so they ended up, the kids go upstairs. So they end up bringing up the whole thing about Martell and about Miss Wanda, bringing up that he has an apartment with Martell and all of that stuff. So Marceau was like, look, everybody knows my car. My cars are different. My cars have my name on it. And if anybody seen my car anywhere, my truck anywhere, then you would know that it's me. But ain't nobody seen me. Ain't nobody seen me. Don't nobody know me. It ain't even like this, so it ain't me. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody, Letitia's like, yeah, everybody wants to talk about us and do all this other stuff, but it is what it is. And then she brings up the whole thing about Louis and how Louis feels, and he feels like they bullied him at the reunion. And Letitia's like, they started it. Y'all started it. Like they say, punks jump up to get beat down. Y'all jumped up and y'all got knocked down. But Louis said, y'all ain't finna knock him down no more because he gonna rock him. He'll rock you like a rock'em sock'em robot. So I guess that's it with that. Yeah. So then you have Kimmy, you have Maurice. They're getting ready for their vacation. Their honeymoon that was 3 years and a day overdue. So Kimmy is out there. She's picking up all, putting her little lingeries in there. Lingeries that she bought with Letitia and Melody when they first got married. At the beginning stages that she never wore, still got the tags on. Ladies, do y'all still have lingerie that y'all bought for y'all man, y'all husband that y'all still ain't wore? I'm raising my hand because I have a lot of it and I still ain't wore it. Sometimes they don't even be wanting all this stuff on. They just want to get right to it, child. But I guess special days, honey. But anyway, so they talking, and then Kimmy brings up the whole pajama party and how, Stormy was there, how she was a firecracker, and how Tiffany was there and she was apologetic and all that. And then she brings up Kiki, which is Letitia's cousin. Kimmy couldn't understand for the life of her why was Kiki there and why was Kiki talking so much. And she was like, and Letitia wasn't there to defend herself, nor Destiny. And she wished that Destiny and Letitia were there so they could defend themselves. And it pretty much, and then Maurice is like, well, you need to have a conversation with Letitia and make sure you get all sides before you start, giving your opinion. She's like, I always give all sides. I'm not worried about all that. I give sides. You talking to me. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for a long time. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. So they do all of that. They talk. She's getting ready for her honeymoon. And I guess that's it for that. I hope they have fun. All right, in the event of it all, you have Martell Holt, and he is at his book signing. He looking real sad because through this, it's not sad, but it's sad. Through this whole thing, he was looking for his kids. Why did everybody say, where the kids at? Where the kids at? Oh, I thought I was going to see the kids. Oh, the kids ain't here. Oh, no, the kids not here. Where the kids at? Oh, well, it's co-parenting. It's her week. It's her week. Okay, Martell. I really don't know how to feel. I don't know the emotion that I want to give because I don't really have one. Because you can look at this two ways. Number one, you did tell Mel that you told her ahead of time. And you did say in the divorce decree on special days. Now, whomever this special day is predicated to, because in Mel's book, it ain't really that special to her. But in your book, it's special to you. So therefore, if you wanted your kids there, you could have made it on the week that you had your kids. So it's really not Mel's responsibility to bring them kids, but it would have been nice of her to bring them kids because, number one, it is their book too. And it would have been great that they could have read the book with their father. And especially because they had them seats that was sitting there with them reserved signs. Oh, I don't know why it's funny. I wish I had a picture. I should have got a picture. They had them seats with their reserved signs. Martell Jr., Malia Milani, and dang, I'm missing one. Malia Milani, Dang, I'm missing Malia Milani, Melody. I know they all M's, the Eminem kids. We're gonna say the Eminem kids. So yeah, that was funny. And then also Mel Nika, she did give Martell some great advice. She was like, look, maybe she doesn't feel like she's safe enough. You know, maybe she don't feel like she's safe enough. So therefore, when she gets ready and when she feels safe, then she'll bring them. On the other hand, the kids walking out the door. Cause Melody said that they had some deaths in the family and she's been traveling back and forth to go down to their hometown to be with her family. So she said Martell just told her the other day. Which is kind of hard to believe because if Martell stressfully said that he told Melody well in advance, then she said they told him the other day. So I don't really know who to believe in this, but according to Mel, she always said the truth. Not so much, Mel. You don't always say the truth because you just sit up there and didn't tell the truth about that whole fellatio event. But yeah. Yep. But that was it. That was Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know, and the kids, well, not the kids, but his book signing, I guess he had some people there. It did kind of look a little empty. But maybe some people came in and got the books and left, and they didn't stay for the reading. I'll just say that. But anyway, this is Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 3, Read It and Weep. I mean, he read it with some other kids they found in the audience. JJ and Tanika. I mean, I just made their names up. But, you know, he read it with them, so he was sad like he wanted to cry. He was pushing his little hands together in the corner of his eyes to make that tear face. But anyway, this Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 3, Read It and Weep. I mean, everybody was reading. They just weren't reading with each other. All right, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know. And I'm out just like Melody and them kids. Bye.